Welcome back to An American Living in Canada. Tonight we're going to talk about Trump's Canada derangement syndrome. Now before we get into that, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you can be updated for future videos. So, let's talk about Donald Trump's Truth Social post from last night referencing a bridge between Windsor and Detroit, which is called the Gordie Howe Bridge, that is being built alongside the Ambassador Bridge, which is privately owned. We'll get to that in a moment. So his post said, among other things, last night, I'm going to read directly from it, but imagine Canada is building a massive bridge between Ontario and Michigan. They own both the Canada and the United States side, and of course, build it with virtually no U.S. content, which is not true, because the Michigan half of the bridge, the materials for the Michigan side of the bridge has been sourced entirely from the U.S. Okay, so he goes on to say, President Barack Hussein Obama stupidly gave them a waiver so they can get around the Buy American Act and not use any American products, including our steel. And then he doesn't return to the topic of the bridge until the end. And in between, he goes off on tangents. And I have to read this to you. So he says, Ontario won't even put U.S. spirits, beverages, and other alcoholic products on their shelves. They are absolutely prohibited from doing so. And now, on top of everything else, Prime Minister Carney wants to make a deal with China, which will eat Canada alive. And get this, we'll just get the leftovers. I don't think so. The first thing China will do is terminate all ice hockey being played in Canada. And permanently eliminate the Stanley Cup. Oh my God, can you believe that? Okay, so then he goes on, then he finally returns to the topic of the bridge, which he says, with all that we have given them, we should own perhaps at least 1/2 of this asset. So, all right, so now just before I started filming this, the New York Times just came out with the story that indicates that the owner of the Ambassador Bridge called the White House a few hours before that Truth Social post. And so according to the New York Times, it says the billionaire owner of a bridge connecting Michigan with Canada met Howard Lutnick, the U.S. Secretary of Commerce, on Monday, hours before President Trump posted his Truth Social post, in the latest flashpoint in the deteriorating relationship between the United States and Canada. And the New York Times goes on to say, Matthew Marone is a Detroit-based trucking magnate whose family has operated the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor, Ontario for decades. He met on Monday with Mr. Lutnick in Washington, according to two officials briefed on the meeting, who requested anonymity to discuss a private conversation. After that meeting, Mr. Lutnick spoke with Mr. Trump by phone about the matter, the official said. Shortly afterward, Mr. Trump threatened to block the planned opening of a new bridge between Detroit and Windsor, which would take away toll revenue from Mr. Marone's crossing. And Canadian officials did not address a long list of grievances. So this is the latest in the long list of topics associated with Trump's Canada derangement syndrome, ranging from tariffs, increased tariffs if the Canadians make a deal with China, to rumors of meetings between members of the Trump administration and the separatists in Alberta, which will be the topic of a future video. And so, the takeaway is that with 3 years left in this presidency, there's no question in my mind that he's going to keep pressing on Canada for a while. What Canada has to do is to push back, because the pattern is when Trump faces pushback, he backs down every time. This is where Wall Street has come up with the taco name. Trump always chickens out. So if Canada stands up and pushes back, Trump will probably tackle every time. So some wonder what Trump's and his minions and goals are with respect to Canada, threatening with turning Canada into a 51st state, blah, blah, blah. I think my belief is that it's about the idea of dominance in the Western Hemisphere. He's spoken of the Monroe Doctrine, which is kind of a play on the Monroe Doctrine of the 19th century. Ultimately, I think he's going to fail. The reason is, what I stated earlier, as long as he is pushed back, he will not meet his goals. So Canada has done a pretty good job of pushing back and playing with Trump's ego along at the same time, too. In addition to push back, I think we have to keep in mind that Donald Trump has the attention span of a mosquito on speed. Oh, let's think about it. He made a play for Greenland just a couple weeks ago, and the Europeans pushed back hard, and he backed down from that. And now he has swung to Canada, and I predict to you that he will swing to a different topic in a day or two. He's going to find a new shiny object. But make no mistake about it, with 3 years left in his presidency, he's going to keep coming back to Canada to fill his Canada derangement syndrome symptoms. But as long as Canada stands up, he's not going to succeed. That's my prediction. But no question about it, he's going to keep coming back. And in the process, he will keep alienating and pushing Canadians away from the U.S. What the long-term damage is going to be like remains to be seen. It remains to be seen that after Donald Trump leaves, whether Canadians warm back up to the U.S. I don't know about that. So stay tuned, come back for another video, and thanks for watching. See ya. Have a great day.